Okay, so this question here wants me to draw the following fractions on a number line. So let's have a look at B. Okay, so I have 2/3 and 5/3. The key here is thirds. Okay, so whatever I draw on my number line, so I need to draw a line basically. Okay, so on my line that I draw, right, I need to now, right, label this, right, or put an arrow in the positive direction of my numbers. And what I now need to simply do is I need to just make some ticks on my line and then label those. And what I'm going to do here is nice and simply is I'm going to start at 0 and I'm going to label this here 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3 as I go up this way, right? So all I'm doing is each one of these represents 1/3 on my number line. Okay, so if I want to underneath as well, I can think, well, that's 0, that's 1, that's 2 if I need to, okay, because 3 divided by 3 gives me 1, right? 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. And now all I simply need to do is represent these on the number line. So here, that's 2/3, okay, and 5/3 is here on my number line, okay. So that's where those are represented, okay. So that there is B, okay. Now let's have a quick look at E. Okay, now I just simply go and I do the same idea. I have 11/5 and 8/5. So the key here are fifths. So whatever I have on my number line, I just label it in fifths. And so basically, on my number line here, I then just go up this way. And I then can start labeling my line. Okay, I can do this however I want. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to make these ticks a little bit smaller this time, right? And so up this way I'm going to start at 0 here. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5. Okay, so I'm going to label that 5/5 there to avoid me. Okay, 5/5, which is really 1. I'm then going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5 again, which will give me 10/5, which is actually 2. Okay, and then if I need to, I can still label it up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15/5, which is actually 3 if I need to. Okay, so I can label it two ways. I can label it with my fractions and also with my whole numbers, so that I've got a good idea of what's going on here. Okay, and so then all I really need to do now is I need to mark on my number line where these lie. So in terms of this, 8/5 is here. Okay, and so that's where 8/5 is. Right, because I'm basically starting to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then what I do is up here for 11/5 is what I mark there as 11/5 as well. Okay, so that's where I mark those on a number line as well. Okay.